يا أيها الناس قد جاءكم برهان من ربكم وأنزلنا إليكم نورا مبينا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. So this lesson will be mainly beneficial for those students who have studied the ways of Waqf. And this particular lesson will look at the ways of Waqf on the word آتانية in Surah An-Naml. فلما جاء سليمان قال أتمدونني بمال فما آتاني الله خير مما آتاكم بل أنتم بهديتكم تفرحون. So when the envoy came to Sulaiman, he said, "Will you help me in wealth? What Allah has given me is better than that which He has given you. Nay, you rejoice in your gift." So the word ataniya is a present tense, third person masculine verb, meaning Allah has given me. The root includes a ya, so the root is hamzata ya. The noon found in this verb is called noon al-wiqaya, which was discussed on page 53 of Tajweed QA Part 2. So it's an extra noon, often found before words with ya mutakallim. So the ya at the end, written in the minor form, is ya mutakallim, which is an attached pronoun for the first person. It's also called ya idafa. This ya is called ya zaida because it's extra according to the rasm of the Quran and is read by some recitations either during wasl and waqf or only wasl, or is missed by some recitations. Ya mutakallim has taken a fatha to avoid the meeting of two sukoons. So the first sukoon was on the ya idafa, which is originally sakina, and the second sukoon was in the lam of ism al-jalala. So the first thing to note is that stopping here would either be waqf ikhtibari, i.e. would be a testing stop, or it would be waqf ittirari, it would be out of the hands of the reciter, i.e. an involuntary stop. So the reciter would normally read this word in wasl, and in wasl the ya is fixed with fatha. So according to the way of Hafs min Tareeq Shatibiyyah, there are two ways of waqf on this word. The first way of waqf would be with ithbat of the ya, i.e. keeping the ya. And the second way of waqf will be with hadaf of the ya, i.e. dropping of the ya. So if we keep the ya, then waqf will be with ya, waqf and ya will be with mad tabi'i. So we will start with atani with two harakat. And if we drop the ya, then waqf will be on the noon, and waqf can be with mad arid li sukoon. So waqf with on the noon with sukoon mahad will be 2, 4 or 6 harakat, and roam will be 2 harakat. So 4 ways altogether. So if we start with sukoon mahad, we will say atan, 2 harakat, atan, 4 harakat, atan, 6 harakat. And if we start with roam, atani, with 2 harakat, just with mad tabi'i, because roam is kal wasl, like wasl. So the recitations of Hafs and Asim, Nafi' and Abu Amr read this ya with fatha in wasl, and in stopping there's ikhtilaf, i.e. there's a difference of opinion over its keeping or its cancellation, as is mentioned in the Shatibiyyah poem. وفي النمل آتان ويفتح عن أولي حما وخلاف الوقف بين حلا على. So we mentioned previously that the ya found in the word ataniya, although it's ya mutakallim, it's classified as ya zaida. So what is the definition of ya az-zaida? Ya'at az-zawaid are those yas which are not written in the mushaf but are read by some recitations. And there is a difference of opinion in its hadaf and ithbat, i.e. its keeping and cancellation, during waqf and wasl. Thus, some recitations read them in waqf or wasl or waqf only. And they can be cancelled in rasam due to reasons such as lit-takhfif. So lit-takhfif means due to lightness, to make it light in recitation and to make it easy in recitation. This ya can be extra or it can be part of the root. So in the word ataniya, the ya is extra because it's ya mutakallim, it's not part of the root. Hafs cancels these ya'at in wasl and waqf, except in the word ataniya. So the word ataniya is an exception to the rule for Hafs. And there are two ways for the way of Shatibiyyah for ataniya, as has been previously discussed. The following are a few examples of ya'at zawaid taken from the Quran. A point to note is that these yas do not enter a particle, a harf. They only enter nouns and verbs. So the following examples are nouns and verbs. The first two words are both nouns, bilwadi and al-muhtadi. So the ya za'ida that has been dropped here is from the root. The root of bilwadi is waw dal ya. And the root of al-muhtadi is ha dal ya. In the next two examples, they are both verbs. وَيَسْقِينِ is a verb, the root letters being sin, qaf, ya, but the ya that has been dropped is ya mutakallim, not from the root, so it's an extra ya that has been dropped here. And the same in fa'taziluni, the ya that has been dropped here is a extra ya mutakallim that has been dropped here, and not a ya from the root. Okay, so the word ad-da'i is a noun, and the letter that has been dropped, the ya that has been dropped here, is from the roots. The root letters being dal, ayn, waw. So the weak letter in the roots was waw. In this example here, so atumidunani is in the same ayah as ataniya. So a point to note is that in that particular ayah of Surah An-Naml, there are two words which have ya za'ida in them, atumidunani and ataniya. So Hafs has chosen not to, Hafs has dropped this completely in rasam, the ya here, whereas in ataniya he has kept that ya za'ida in rasam. So here the ya that has been dropped in atumidunani is ya mutakallim, and this is a present tense marfu' verb. The first noon, atumiduna, is the noon from the plural verb, second person verb, atumiduna. And the second noon is noon al-wiqaya, which is often found before a ya mutakallim. The next two examples, وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَسْرِ. So yasri is also a verb, present tense marfu' verb, and the ya that has been dropped here is ya part of the root, so the original ya which has been dropped. And the reason of the ya being dropped here is because it's the end of an ayah. So another reason other than takhfif, i.e. lightness in pronunciation, for the dropping of these ya za'idas, can be because the word is at the end of an ayah. So here the reason of the ya being dropped is because it's the end of an ayah. In Rabbana wa taqabbal du'a'i. So here the ya has been dropped, the ya za'ida has been dropped in a masculine noun due to lit-takhfif. And again the ya that has been dropped here is ya mutakallim, an extra ya, not part of the roots. A point to note here is in the word yahtadi, the ya has also been dropped here, but it's been dropped in yahtadi due to a grammatical reason. because this is a majzoom verb. So the sign of jazm is hadaf of ya. Okay, so it's this is dropping of a ya due to grammatical reason, whereas all the other yas that have been dropped here are not due to grammatical reasons, but they're either due to reasons such as takhfif or because they're end of an ayah. Another note to mention here is that the ways of waqf here on all of these words where the ya has been dropped, so the ways of waqf will be sukun mahad and ar-rawm, because the kasra is original and because the last class has been dropped, so a rawm can be applied as a way of waqf in all of these words which end in ya, and the ya is an original ya. It's ya asliya. It's the kasra is original kasra. It's not arid kasra. So let's summarize this lesson. Ya'at az-zawaid are those yas that are not written in the Quran but are read by some of the recitations. Some recitations read without the ya in wasl and waqf. Hafs does not read Ya'at Zawaid except in one place, Ataniya in Surah An-Naml. So this is the exception to the rule for Hafs. Hafs, Nafi' and Abu Amr read this ya with fatha in wasl, and in waqf there's ikhtilaf of the keeping of it or of the cancellation of it. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
وأن أتلو القرآن فمن اهتدى فإنما يهتدي لنفسه ومن ضل فقل إنما أنا من المنذرين.